Hey guys, LadyLibertyStacker here. It is Monday, January 22nd, 2018. And the weather is just super fantastic today. I mean, it's kind of wet out, but it's 50 degrees where I am, and it's much better than snow, and temperatures in the teens, and all of that. So it's a Monday, and it's a work day for my online e-commerce venture. I'm outsourcing, and I'm going to focus today on finding, I'm going to try to find high profit or more profitable items. As I do this, I think about my business model, and anybody that's actually going to do this, and I'm going to do this in lieu of a job. And anyway, I just feel a job too confining, and I actually had an interview last Friday that I canceled because the guy actually had me talked into thinking it could work. It was nuts. It was working for a cemetery selling cemetery plots. And I do have a sales background, and not that area, but I do have a sales background and what can be a difficult sell. And I never, I did well at it, but I never really enjoyed it. I did it because the company required us to do it, or it was highly encouraged, I will say. And the guy was promising all this money, and then, it's a 100% commission sales job. And that's one thing I don't want to do. And I said, well, what happens during the training process? And he said, well, it'd be minimum wage. And then what he didn't really say was that it was a draw against commission when I would make a sale. And I don't know. I got to thinking about it, and I said, well, how many hours does this require? And where he asked me how much money I would like to make, and based on, working 40 hours a week, I gave him a figure, and he said, well, that's our average sales, our minimum production amount. If you're going to do that, then this isn't going to work out. In other words, you have to be a workaholic to work there. And that's not what this is about. And I would be working, they're open 7 days a week. They're even open on Sundays. And I really don't like working on Sundays for, I'm just not going to work on Sundays. I mean, I don't mind, tweaking online stuff out. I mean, I kind of look at that as a hobby. It's fun. But I don't go out and do stuff like this pretty much on a Sunday. And I suppose if it's looked at as fun, I really love shopping. I never would have said that before, but I love finding hidden treasures. I really do. It's great. But anyways, I got to thinking about this job, and I'm thinking I wouldn't be able to do this. Now, granted, I'm just starting this up. I'm not making that much money yet. I'm doing a few sales here and there as I build my inventory. But I wouldn't even have a chance to do it at all. I would not even have a chance to do it at all if I had taken that job. And, and then things they were asking you to do. I just got to thinking about it and thought, that goes against what I was looking for. So I canceled the interview. I just said no. I mean, money, if you have to work 60 hours, 70 hours, 80 hours a week to make what they claim you can make, and anytime they claim you can make all that money, it's usually not the case, unless you're a highly talented salesperson, unless you're willing to be a workaholic, and go from there. Anyway, I just said no. So I'm at my first stop. I am going to a thrift store, and in this little strip mall here. And I'm going to look for some clothing in here, maybe some knickknacks. I do well with snow globes and things like that. And they don't seem too busy. So it's right here. Going to pull in, and Volunteers of America. We have one of these. We don't have that many of them in our area, but I will be back. Hey guys, I am back. Today is Tuesday, January 23rd, 2018, and I did quite well yesterday at the thrift stores. I only went to 2. I ended up with 26 items, and I paid $2.34 on average per item. And my goal was to try to focus on higher quality pieces that would get more profit per item. And also, if I had, you know, like this plush here or this coffee mug here, I only bought one of those because I haven't been selling that many of those. So until I get up, you know, I've got a lot in inventory, in other words, so I don't want to keep buying them if the ones I have are not selling as quickly as I'd like. And some of the sell-through rates on that kind of stuff, collectibles, isn't quite as quick as clothing. And the clothing I think I will get better at as I learn my brands and quality by doing it. I knew nothing about a lot of the men's brands until I started going out to the stores and sourcing, and sometimes I talk to people when I'm out and we compare notes, and there are other thrifters out there just like me. And you can spot them in a minute. You know, they're sorting through the racks of clothes in lightning speed. But anyway, the business model is to add to inventory as it sells and beef up on other areas that I haven't listed as much of, higher quality, higher profit items. And the business model is basically I'm going to ultimately try to sell about 25 to 30 pieces a week at $30 to $50 profit per item. I won't get there overnight, but if I do that, I'll make a nice living from doing this, and it's just fun. I enjoy shopping. The work at home, I don't mind the research, but the processing and the photographing of the clothes sometimes can take a toll, and I don't enjoy it as much, but it is what it is. You know, every single job that one does, there are parts of the job that you don't like as much. I love the shopping part of it. It's just fantastic. So without further ado, I'll show you what I picked up. For starters, I have a lot of men's clothes here because most of my subs are men, and so I'll show you what I kind of picked up and what I've learned so far. Joseph A. Bank seems to sell really well, and this is a very large shirt. It's Nick size 19, 35, which is a long sleeve, but not super long. This is just a very heavy guy, maybe, that will like this shirt, but it was 75% off. I paid 75% off of that, so you're talking about maybe $1.25, somewhere in there. Yeah, something like that, 25% off, or 25% of the price. So this one is a nice dress shirt. It is a pointed collar. I like them better when they have the buttons, but maybe you guys can shed some light on that. It's got all the buttons. It's got the extra buttons. It's got the care labels. It's got a nice round one-button cuff, and then of course it has a button up here. I like them when they actually have two buttons here. You can adjust it. But anyway, that's that. I should probably get anywhere between 19 and 21 for that. And then this one is slightly better. It was 50% off, so I paid about $2.50 for it. It is a size large. Joseph A. Bank Traveler's Collection. It's kind of the same thing, but I like this one because it has the button-down collar for a much neater appearance if you really have to dress up, and it's got an adjustable cuff, so you can put the collar where you'd like, and the buttons are yellow. I think that's kind of neat. And it's got Joseph A. Bank typically puts their extra buttons on the outside of the shirt down below, because you're supposed to tuck these in. Two extra buttons there, one for the collar and one for the shirt with the care instructions. So anyway, that one is almost like new without tags, so it was in great shape, and I figured I would go ahead and take a chance on it. Next up is a Banana Republic men's dress shirt with a pointed collar. Banana Republic seems a dress, but a little bit more casual. I got it because of the 75% off, about $1.75 or so for that. It's got all its extra buttons, and the collar has a 2-button here, so I don't know. Let's see what you guys think about that, but this thing should sell for, I think I have it all listed for about $21 with the best offer, and we'll see. Next up is Orvis. Paid $3.48 for it. It wasn't on sale, but it was a pre-owned, excellent shape. 100% cotton, made in India, extra, extra large. The extra large sizes sell particularly well online. I'm not sure why that is, but maybe there's less of them. This is a really nice, it's got mauve, tan, gray, beige, taupe. It looks like a quilt. Really, really nice. It's an outdoor casual shirt along the lines of Carhartt, LL Bean, Cabela's, and such. So that should be able to get between 20 and 30, I'm hoping. Next up is a women's size medium, signature by Northern Isles. Very nice shirt. You guys probably could care less, but if you are into reselling, you probably need to look at men and women. But I like things that are easy to handle, sweaters, shirts, tops. I don't know much about suits. I'm not going to get involved with that. But this is a nice hand-knitted sweater, hand-knitted in Hong Kong. And it has a combination cotton rainy, kind of like you used to see all the time in sweaters, which you don't anymore. So it's definitely vintage. You've got all different kinds of animals. You've got a bunny rabbit over here. You've got a squirrel. You've got a bird, an owl, and a bear, a fox. This is such a cool sweater. And it was not on sale. I paid a little more for it. I paid $5 for it. I think it's well worth it. It goes for in the 30s, between 25 and 35, somewhere in there. And this is medium, so it probably wouldn't get fetch the biggest price, but I thought that was kind of nice that I could pick up, and we'll see how it does. Next up is a club room made for Macy's, and the only reason why I picked it up is new with tags and $4.99, $5, so 75% off. You can't beat it, $1 and change. And then you have, okay, it's a size large, so it should do well. And it's got the size large on here. I'll have to steam it a little bit. It's really wrinkly, but I should be able to get about $15 for it. And then you never charge what they charge in the retail stores. You got to be competitive, with that, or why would they buy from you online? And I always put shipping in there usually. Next is a Joseph A. Bank tie. The last one like this, 100% silk. This one was made in China, but sold for $39. So I always look up the sold listings. If I can't find anything that's sold with the category, then you have to kind of price it with the existing listings on there. But I paid $1 for it. So there you go. And then the next one was at a different thrift shop. I paid $1.48 for this one. It's a Joseph A. Bank. It's a gold series. And I actually have a lower price on this one, or I will, because of the competing the competing listings are a little bit lower, but this is a limited edition tie. I think it's in excellent shape. I've thoroughly looked it over. Joseph A. Bank, signature gold, and it is tie number, you can kind of see it there, 160 out of 185, made in Italy. Very nice. So hopefully it'll fetch $30 in that range, $25, $30. I paid $1.48. And then here, this one is particularly nice. This is a burnt orange with it's like a grayish, goldish color. It's really kind of a neat pattern. But what caught my eye is the fact that it is a Burberry's of London, which is one of the top brands that you want to find. This one similar to this sold for $50 online, so I'm hoping to get between $50 and $40 for that. So there you go. And then I have a teacup and saucer. Paid $2 for it, a little bit less than that actually with my discount. But it is actually Noritake, China, from Japan. Not occupied Japan, but Japan with Japanese. And it's got a gold trim to it. And they're selling for about $19 to $20 online. So there we go on that. Then we have a mug. I only bought one of these. There are tons of them out there, but until I start selling more, I'm only going to store so many in my inventory. But this one jumped out at me. It's called Honeymoon Cove. The artist is Hayden Lamson. This was done in 2005. I think he did one every year in a coffee mug, so obviously it's retired. It's an immaculate shape. It's like the person never even used it. I paid 45 cents for it. So there you go. And then the next up is a game. This is called Wordplay for Words. Trending prices. New in box from 2007, I think. New in box. They're selling for about $30. I paid less than $2. So I'll take that kind of stuff all day long. Not a whole lot of handling or processing is done, so I'm not going to make $30 profit. But when I'm done, after fees, I should make between $20 and $25. Well worth it, because I don't have a whole lot to do with it. Same with this. This is a puzzle. City of Minneapolis. You can see the dome over there. And this game, or puzzle, has interlocking pieces. It's triple strength. They're not going to curl up. It's from 1988. And I should be able to get about 20 in that ballpark. I can't remember. I did the research. So I'll go ahead and list that one. Brand new. And incidentally, that's where they're playing the Super Bowl this year. In Minneapolis in their dome stadium. I got a Plush, just one. He's in fairly decent shape. Paid less than $1 for him. I like him because his ears stand up straight. There he is. So I'll put him over here. And I'm not sure what I'm going to get for him yet. I'll have to see what the other listings are. But I think he was better. I looked at 3 or 4 of the animals, and I did look those guys up. And this one here will do better than the others. But got a hat for less than $1. Liz Claiborne for women. I don't know if it's women or not, but it is in excellent shape. And I'm going to have to do a little research on it, but it's genuine leather suede. In excellent shape, condition, pre-owned, of course. And then I got a new Goodyear Advertising Cap, adjustable with the adjustable strap back there. And you can tell it's new because it's got the cardboard in there. Paid less than $1 for that as well, and that should be able to fetch $15-20 or so, plus shipping. And that's that. And my 2 biggest finds of the day were this one here. They always say to look for Harley Davidson brands. They seem to do well with anything. So I found this sweater, Harley Davidson, with the Harley Davidson logo there. And I would never pay $13 for it, even if it is Harley Davidson. But since it was 75% off, that means $3.25. You can't go wrong. And there is the logo. This thing reeks of quality. I'll throw it out there so you can see it. It's orange, black, and gray. Just beautiful. Just gorgeous. Very well taken care of. And I did check it over. It seems to be okay. So, yep. That one should get me my goal on that one, hopefully. There were a few others online. So, and then finally, the one that the thrift store people, I think, overlooked. I was going through the men's sweaters. Didn't find a lot there of interest, but I did find this turtleneck fleece sweater thing. NFL brand. You can see on the zipper, really nice zipper. You unzip it, and you see here a tag, NFL Pro line. It's extra large, which always seems to do well. And it was only marked at $3.99. It wasn't on sale, but that doesn't matter, guys. This thing is gorgeous. It's like a deep blue, and there's some embroidery. New England Patriots. This thing was $4, guys, and it has a leather patch on it. Looks like it was made in Foxborough, Massachusetts for the New England Patriots. It says NFL on there. And nothing wrong with this sweater. And I don't know how old it is, but I'm going to go ahead and lay it out there. It's got pockets here. Really nice pockets. Just a really nice fleece. Great sweater for fall football, but ironically, they are in the Super Bowl, so I think it'll be a hot or trending item right now just because of that fact alone. They're not my team, but just high quality construction, very gently used. Just beautiful. And that, that'll get me between 30 and 40, I think, profit. This stuff does sell. People will buy it. They can't always find it. When they see it online like that, they will buy it. So, it's kind of interesting. I'm doing all the work for them. I'm going out and buying it and sometimes washing it. But this one is clean. I don't think I need to do anything with it. So there you go, guys. It was a longer video, and combined with the drive time before, it's kind of long, but this is the only way I can show you all the stuff. And I have another stack of women's clothing I didn't even get into because I'm waiting for my dress form to come in where I can do that. But I need to start processing this stuff and get it listed. So anyway, pardon the Christmas tablecloth here. I've been too busy to worry about it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Give me a thumb up if you like this video. If you have any questions or comments or any thoughts about the men's clothing, I'd certainly love to hear it from you guys. I'm learning still at this, and I am really enjoying it so far. But anyway, thanks for watching, and go make it a great day.